what came up for me this morning is how I started meditating and my journey to meditation. I'm relatively new to meditation. I was very resistant, and I used to say things like, um, my dancing is my meditation. Now, I believe my dancing is a prayer, it's absolutely prayer. But to me, meditation is a little more contemplative, and obviously, dancing is active. So for me, that's actually more of a prayer, an expression of my love for God. So, what finally shifted for me to be able to sit there, and I just want to correct the misnomer that your mind has to be blank. That's absolutely not the case. No one's mind is blank. But what a really great hint that was given to me, that I believe was John Kabat-Zinn, who is a being in the moment. Like his whole platform is being still and being mindful. And one of the hints that I got from a book of his was, your thoughts come up, you trap them like a soap bubble, and you watch them float away. So you give yourself a little bit of distance from all those lists that float by, all your to dos, all your responsibilities, all your emotions, all your troubles. And it actually gives you a break from them. So I love the idea of kind of hermetically sealing them and let them go on their way, not compressing them, not rejecting them, not shaking my head to try to clear it of them, but allowing them and then just letting them go at the same time. And if you find yourself like walking down a narrative path, just gently bring yourself back to the beginning. Um, Another phrase that helped me is just sit in the sandbox. And this also helped me with my initial connection to God. It's, you may sit in the sandbox by yourself for a long time, but if you sit in the sandbox every day, you will finally hear that whisper of a voice. That I promise. It will come through. And if you're able to also stop the outside voices with soap bubbles, you'll start to hear it that much clearer. Uh, all of these things I learned along the way because I was extremely resistant to meditation. It was only when I had cancer in my lymph node in my groin, so I couldn't sit up and read. I'm a voracious reader. I couldn't sit up and read, and I obviously couldn't sit at a desk. I literally had to be flat on my back because it was right in the crease. My drain was right in the crease of my leg. And so I literally was flat on my back for weeks. And so I was like, well, I might as well give this a go. And at first, it was like maybe a minute, maybe less than a minute, and it varied every day. And then slowly, I stopped fighting. I stopped fighting it. Now, I was trapped in bed, meaning that I didn't have people knocking on the door. I didn't have 5,000 tasks to do because there's nothing that I could do at that point. So, what I'm inviting you to consider is giving yourself that moment. It does not need to be a long length of time. It really doesn't. I think 5 minutes of real concentrated sacred space is amazing, and it's such a gift you can give yourself. And that space to draw into you and rest in God. And I think that that is such a it's not just a soothing place. It's also a place of restoration, and it will fuel you and it will re-energize you. So I just want to talk about what came up for me is all the stumbling blocks I went through to really crave that space daily. And if you are new to that idea, a minute at a time, a minute at a time. And it's all about the reps. Everything is practice. So that's what's come up for me today. And I will see you tomorrow.